Ladies and gentlemen, it's the very final match of this weekend of the OC Catch CWC 2021 edition finals week. Hello everybody, I'm here with Snow Leopard. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing just great. This is going to be an awesome match. We get to see United States and France face off yet again for, I believe, the third time this tournament. This time for third place.
Third time this tournament? Really?
I think it's the third.
Well.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Whoa.
I'll have to double check on that real quick, but...
No, not the third time, I'm pretty sure. This is the second
Is it
time.
the second?
First time was like... Germany is not the same as France. Snow Leopard.
Hold on.
How dare you? They faced each other off like quite a handful of times anyway.
I'm just going senile.
It's always been exciting. That's the main thing you have to take away from that comment of Snow Leopard, which didn't make any sense. Lad, what have you done? The only way that could have happened is if they also faced each other in group stage, which was not the case. Neither of them faced each other then. But they played against each other in the winners bracket, where France won over the United States over a tiebreaker game. And this time, this match will be even more important for either team. The winner of this match will be a guaranteed top 3, and they will be given the tickets to the Grand Finals week, which is next weekend. There's only going to be 3 teams left. The team that loses this match is out, 4th place. Very exciting indeed. Can't wait what's going to happen today.
Absolutely, yeah. Both teams definitely want to be winning this here. It's going to be top 3 guaranteed. Chance to go all the way if you can get the win here. Loser will be going home with 4th place.
Still very respectable for either team. It's the furthest that France got into the CWC ever anyway, so in that regard we should praise them very much for that achievement. Other than that, USA has been in Grand Finals a few times already. They've already had podium twice in their careers, and they're gonna want to extend that, obviously. Anyway, we started with the bans already. It seems that the first ban is going to be done by France here, meaning that the USA won that role. That's going to be Hard Rock 2 banned by France. Kuroki Sekai no Dokoku. And then... No, never mind me. Is that correct, what I'm saying? Freeze getting banned by Hollow, it seems? Okay, no, it's right. I only read Sekre and I thought that Leo was like addressing Sekre, but I'm wrong. Alright. No, France is banning in 3 on the other hand. And then picking 3rd time unlucky. So France did win the role, actually. Was a little confused there. My bad.
It's alright, we're all a little confused today.
Exactly.
But yeah, so we are gonna see Nomad 2 coming out for our first pick. 3rd time unlucky. T-Pazolite. I don't know how to pronounce.
It's T-Pazolite, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Mostly the easiest map in the normal pool, considered by, or at least a lot of people consider it to be the easiest of the normal pool, and that makes sense in my opinion as well. So it's going to be picked by France, just like in the previous match they played, also picking that map first against Canada. And it worked out quite alright. France being a very strong normal team, as we've already mentioned a few times throughout the tournament, and recaps as well. And USA is very strong on all fronts too, but I would definitely give the slight edge to France in terms of normal quality of play from all of their players.
Yeah, I definitely think this match in general is going to be very back and forth. We've seen the United States struggle against France earlier in this tournament. And I have to say, what is your prediction for this match? Right now, I have to go with my boys, have to go with the United States, so I have 7-4 for USA, but what about you?
Yeah, that's USA bias for you. Even the USA commentators don't care to hide their biases at all, as you can see. But that's fair. They're a good team. Though I am thinking France might actually have a bit of an edge over the USA this time around, looking at the results from how they played in their previous match in this final round. And as you can see, the first bit is going to be there for Lexi for the United States, so France is going to take up a bit of an early lead. I'm not entirely sure how deep this game will go, though, whether they'll go tiebreak or not. It could very well happen. Not a few misses there for Electric Tobas and Sekre. The Creeper too, and it's only Natsuko with combo who's also going to miss right after that. Lexi now the only one left with a bit of combo. seems that USA has a bit of a combo advantage, and that's going to give him back the lead for now. But to conclude my little story, I believe France might be able to take it if the results from the previous matches were any sort of indicator for this match. Then again, USA was really tired yesterday as well, playing really late. I'm not entirely sure if that was representative of what they are capable of. Let's see what happens.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's really any team's game here, and I would be excited to see a tiebreaker, honestly. See, everybody's up above 200 combo now after struggling a little bit on that earlier section. Totobus is going to be the first to break, though.
And there's Electro missing as well. United States going to be holding on to their combos, and that's going to be only left on France, and that's not going to be enough. Map is like 3 thoughts in already. The creep is going to miss for United States, going to stop the bleeding a little bit there for France, but Electro missing right after. There's no progress made yet, and they're going to have to do that soon because the map doesn't have a lot left. Zach Craig, the creeper, and Lexi all missing though. We have Natsuko and Tobus with combos left for France, and as you can see, that bar is going to go into the red right after those misses. And that's a very nice combo advantage. So Tobus going to miss. It's going to be traded with Lexi though, so it doesn't really matter too much as you can see. Natsuko really playing out of his mind here, trying to carry France to their first victory. And that might have just worked out, as you can see. Map already finishing here with the last stream. Really weird pattern. Everybody catching that though. France taking up that first point.
Yeah, really well played by France at the end there. It definitely looked like they're going to be losing the opening breaking point. Not what you want to see at all to start out a match, but they were able to clutch it back right at the end with that team miss from the United States.
Yeah, that was fairly unlucky for the United States. They had a really solid performance up until that final part of the map, which is the hardest part of the map. So, I mean, it happens at times. And again, I would say that France is a tad bit better on normal than the United States, and it helps a lot that 6 out of the 16 maps in the map pool are normal. That's including tiebreak as well. So plenty to be played there.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, to see what the United States are going to go for. Actually, they already picked immediately Hidden 1. You can see this Lexi thinking that he's going to be doing pretty well here. Going to be upset if he doesn't. That definitely makes sense. One of the strongest hidden players in the United States, if not the world.
Exactly. Now that he's gotten a new setup, his hidden skills might have actually slightly decreased as he's getting used to the much lower delay that he's currently experiencing on OC, and that might actually feel weird at first glance when you're really used to playing with a certain amount of delay. You're really used to playing hidden with that exact delay, but it didn't really seem to bottleneck him that much so far in the tournament. 2 rounds after that he's gotten this is like 2 rounds after that he's gotten the new PC setup, so I think he's gotten more than acclimated by now, and in that sense the United States definitely has a stronger hidden setup than France. France not really specializing in hidden all too much with their current setup.
Yeah, like you said, Lexi with that new PC setup, struggling a little bit on hidden in the earlier rounds, but interestingly enough has reported that he's been doing really well on other mods that he hasn't normally played. We've actually been seeing Lexi in for a lot of picks that you wouldn't expect, just like that no mod pick we saw earlier. Classic United States trying to buy our way to the win with better setups for our players.
I hope that the Frenchies don't have any bad PCs either. I don't think they actually do, so.
Gotta make sure all the top tier players have the top tier systems so they can play their best.
If only they got sponsored in some sort of way by you, Snow Leopard.
Maybe one day.
I know you. And that's gonna happen sometime, I'm very sure.
Eventually.
Second map of the match anyway, this Hidden 1 right in front of us. We're going to see how these players will perform. The hard part is going to start in a little bit. There's going to be a few misses there for Totobus, Natsuko, and Zach and Sekre as well for the United States. Everybody now having miss on both teams.
Yeah, Natsuko and Sekre holding the highest combos right now. Everyone's struggling a little bit on that intro. Natsuko going to find a miss as well as Sekre though.
Yeah, big misses every single time from Natsuko though, so that's actually gonna hinder the team a little bit, as you can see now at 93% accuracy, whereas Sekre is still at 98%. Zach is also kind of struggling there for the United States. Lexi is still having a really high accuracy percentage, but their score is not super high. Electra finds a lot of consecutive misses right now, though, whereas the United States actually able to sort of hold on to combos, except for Sekray. Zac and Totobus are going to be trading once again. Lexi now the only one who's actually left with any sort of tangible combos. You can see here 350, and that's really important at the moment because that's literally the only thing that's securing the United States their score advantage at the moment. 420 combo now, rising even higher, whereas everybody on the France not really up to par. Electra at 200 plus, but he's still battling uphill right now. Zac also at 200, and that's going to provide so much score right now for France, United States. I'll have to take it back right after there as Lexi, Zac, Sekray all miss. Tobus is the only one with a bit of combo, but it's not enough for France to take it back yet.
Yeah, we can see the United States had quite a bit of a lead there. Everyone's struggling again. Tobus trying to claw things back for his team. He's held on so far. There's not a lot of map left, though. I don't know if they have time.
He's also back at 200 plus combo, so that means that the bleeding has already stopped for the United States. Tobus really trying him, and then Natsuko and Electra have so many misses towards this part of the map still, and Tobus really can't do it. We also see Zac back at 200 combos, doing quite nice here. Lexi not getting that 950,000 plus score, but it's still more than enough to get 8 points on the scoreboard for United States. As you can see, score difference of about 160,000. Very nicely done by the US.
Yeah, we have Lexi with 99% there. The highest other accuracy was 97.98 from Sekray, so we can really see Lexi coming in very clutch for the United States here. Expect to see a couple more picks like that out of the hidden pool. Although there's only one left for them to pick from, but I imagine we'll see kind of a similar result from that other hidden pick.
Correct. France definitely not going to be trying that second hidden map here. It's definitely going to be the US picking it. I wonder what they will do. I think that just going for all the novel maps would make the most sense here for France. Because Hard Rock and Double Time, I'm fairly sure that the United States will actually opt those maps primarily when they're done with Hide and Seek being hidden too. And France will get to play them eventually anyway. So there you go, no more 4 being picked here. Armageddon makes a lot of sense to just go for the really fast, specific map difficulties.
Yeah, like you said, I expect to see France to be going through most of the no mod pool here, with the United States having some good mod players for pretty much all the mods. It's going to be interesting to see how Hard Rock and Double Time go, because I think Double Time, the United States is in a pretty strong spot right now, but Hard Rock, with missing out on Rostold, we are, kind of missing a few players there, but we'll have to see how it goes.
Still a very capable normal team, but it's just the fact that France is a bit of a better normal team still, I do believe.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. Like we mentioned earlier, we saw France actually beat the United States last time they met up, so France definitely can do it.
Mm-hmm. Just having a really good performance on that tiebreak when they last met up, and probably like the best tiebreak performance of that week too. So France knows how to do a tad bit of non-mod, as you can see. United States indeed only missing out from Russell. That could have improved the team in terms of non-mod. But then again, Lexi and the Creeper also really solid non-mod players if they try enough, and they have tried enough of this game. So they're still going to be playing absolutely spectacularly, I do believe. Getting into that third map.
Yeah, when I saw that our team was going to be missing Rostold, I was a little bit worried, but then Lexi has been stepping up for no mod. As I say that, it looks like Lexi had some really early misses there. Missed the first few notes.
Yeah, just a couple of them. Electra is going to follow out for France here with a few misses. So that's going to give a bit of an early advantage to the United States. Another miss there for Electra. Actually, really fortunate spot to miss on, because this is definitely the part where you can accumulate a bit of combo before the map gets a fair bit harder. No Life's going to follow up there for France, and the United States definitely leading by quite a lot here.
Yeah, not a great start for France, but there's still plenty of the map to go. We're only about a quarter of the way in.
That's correct. It's going to intensify a little bit now, but more misses for No Life. not making the situation any better for France. The creep is going to follow it up, and that's going to stop the bleeding. More misses there for Electra and Sekre as well. Lexi, and that's going to be only left with combo. More misses incoming from No Life too, though. And that seems to be the bottleneck for France at the moment. Otherwise, the scores would have been pretty tied up, I do believe.
Yeah, Lexi and Natsuko holding on for both of their teams. Everyone else coming up to combo now.
Score difference of over 100,000 though, so France going to need a lot of misses on the US side. There's one for the Creeper, that's the start, but they're going to need another 2 or 3 of them. Verbally from Lexi or Sekre, but they're doing really well by now.
Kind of weird snaps. No one's caught out though.
Yeah, and the Creeper's back up to speed as well, over 200 combos, so that's looking good for them. Seems that everybody was able to acclimate by now. Everybody doing really well. The Creeper missing again for the US though. Sekre following that up. That might be really important. Not a miss there for the Creeper. The blue bar is shrinking. Is it gonna happen again? France in the last half of the map taking that win. Not quite yet. They're gonna require a few more misses on the end of US here. Sekre actually missing again though. That might be crucial. As you can see, there's still a bit of map left, but no! US is able to hold on just by a hair of it, as you can see. 20,000 score difference, 19,000 to be exact, and whew, France losing out to their second pick already. That's not a good start.
Yeah, we could see there just for a second Natsuko with the full combo, only full combo in the lobby. Really unfortunate for France. They weren't able to steal it back at the end like they did their first map. That is going to be the first break point. We see United States immediately jumping into Hidden 2.
That makes a lot of sense indeed. To be expected, we knew that the US was going to go for Hidden 2 after the initial Hidden pick there. Makes no sense for them not to do it. And they should be feeling good now after that Nomad win. That's going to up the momentum quite a lot on their end, because this will be very, very likely be a 3rd point on their end. And being up 3-1, even if France is next to pick, which they are, still a very nice start, and you can feel quite calm when picking those hard-rocking double-time picks. You can make a mistake every so often without really ruining the game yet. Or they can just up the momentum even further, try and win another one of those breakpoints, and then it's going to be really hard for France to come back at all. So, nice spot to be on.
Yeah, United States going to be very happy about winning that breakpoint on Nomad. It's going to take one of the kind of preferred picks away from France there. See in chat, France is not excited about this next hidden pick. They're looking for scores of like 600k or 300k, so... Yeah, France kind of surrendering this pick to the United States before it's even begun, but who knows, a miracle could always happen.
They're going to try anyway. It's not like they're going to give up, but knowing the track record of these two teams, United States should definitely be taking this if it's just anything.
Yeah, this should be a very safe pick for the United States.
It's a fairly hard map too. I played a bit of the map pool this time around, and I had like a D rank on this, so definitely quite hard indeed. There's a quite handful of misses there already for 4 players. So Tobas, Lexi, Sekre, Natsuko, Electro, and Zach still holding on to a full combo. And France actually takes up a bit of an early lead here, as you can see. Natsuko's going to follow that up though. Sekre also missed right before them though. Ooh, and there's your entire team miss for both teams, as you can see. Natsuko was actually able to hold on there, but missed right after. So USA slight lead here of about 10,000 points. Really just down to the fact that they had a bit higher combo before they got into that missing part.
Yeah, Zach's been doing really good so far this map. This is a Zach kind of map, if any map could be.
Yeah, but Lexi now actually holding on to combo quite alright. The Turbo's also trying their best, but dropping now. And it seems that France can't stop Lexi primarily at the moment. They are definitely upping the United States score quite a lot. Zach is starting to struggle a little bit. Sekre doesn't have a combo. And this slow part, Natsuko missing is actually going to ruin it for France at the moment, because they could have built up a bit of a score advantage here, maybe. Lexi and Zach both missing, though. Might change it up here. It's still very close, as the Tobas now took over the role that Lexi was playing just now. It's 200 combo. And they are actually providing France the score advantage here, as everybody is missing all the time. And it's really crucial at this point, because the map is actually getting close to its finish. This might be really close still, and now France has a bit of a combo advantage too. They're gonna lose that now though, as Lexi's back at 100, but Zach and Sekre keep missing very consistently as well.
This could go to
they're
France.
making it sides. But every single time it seems that USA is like able to take it. It's France who like forces some misses on the end of the United States through like black magic or something. I don't know exactly what happens, but France so far is holding on, and it seems that they might actually take the breakpoint on Hidden with 7K.
Wow.
Oh my god!
That is absolutely insane. We actually see everyone but Natsuko on the France team being above the 600K they were hoping for, and it was more than enough. We can see the United States struggling really hard on that map.
Oh my goodness! Honestly, a bit of a mediocre performance there for Zach, especially. Lexi
Yeah.
also could have probably done better, because France, this is a score that I expected them to get pretty much. And this feels really good for France. This is like the best way they could have opened up on this point, I do believe, actually. Winning that hidden pick is so very crucial. And the morale of the team should be really like as high as a kite right now.
Yeah, that is a just absolutely insane win for France there. We saw, even before it began, they were just like, all right, we lost. Let's, go next, guys. And then they just pull out a win like that. Like you said, Zach struggling a lot at the end there. He was doing pretty good at the beginning, but then just couldn't figure it out at the end. And yeah, United States just really subpar performance on that last map, unfortunately for them.
Indeed. But yeah, they weren't able to build up any sort of combo towards the end. Like Lexi had that combo throughout the middle part of the map, which was the only reason USA was able to hold on to the lead, because in terms of score, the three French players missed less than like Zach and Sekre. And that allowed for France, when Lexi missed at least, to take up that score again and stay in that driver position, even when Lexi really wasn't doing the ending part of the map that badly either. And yeah, this is such an important point. Wow.
Yeah, I definitely think that's one area where the United States could improve, even though they have some good hidden players. We can see like Sekre staying in for almost all the maps this year. Sekre not exactly a hidden player himself, and we can see that problem kind of come through here, that loss.
Alright, so it seems that we're gonna get started on Hard Rock 1 pick by France here. We didn't even mention it as we were still talking about our previous pick. We were just really amazed by what just happened. And this is a bit of a change of pace, but it makes sense, I do believe, on the end of France, because the United States can only really swap out Zach here. It seems that France also only swapped out a single member though, but going from that hidden pick into Hard Rock will require a bit of adapting for all the players that played on the hidden pick, being Sekre, Lexi, Turbos, and Electro as well, I do believe. So they're going to struggle a bit on this map, and then it really comes down to whether the Creep or Boros will be performing a bit better on the map. And in that case, Boros has been like really good in the match versus Canada yesterday as well. So they're probably going to provide a lot of score here for their team, I do believe. I wonder if the Creep is going to be able to match that. Lexi might struggle a bit too, because they are not really a hard rock play, even though they're pretty good. But we'll see. Boros and Electro are going to open it up with a few misses on the team of France, though. Lexi's going to follow that up for USA, and scores are fairly close to each other.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Lexi, not traditionally a hard rock player, has been kind of filling in that role this year a bit. And interestingly, not taking hidden on mods. That's something in previous years Lexi would do.
All misses there for France. Boros and Turbos both missing. We still have the Creep and Sekre doing really well, and that's going to of the score quite a lot, as you can see. That blue bar is growing quite rapidly. It's going to slow down a little bit as they get close to 200, but Boros missing again. Not quite the same performance as it was able to pull off against the Canadian team yesterday, quite yet. They're going to have to up the ante quite a lot. Lexi with a really unfortunate miss there for the USA, though.
Yeah, we can see USA still 2 full combos, the only full combos left in the game. Sekre with the SS still.
Misses once again for France, by the way. Boros and Electro both not being able to hold on to combo. I'm not sure if this was a really good pick. Lexi's going to follow up with a miss for USA as expected. Lexi was going to be the one probably struggling the most here from all the Americans. The Creeper, however, is doing a lot better than Boros at the moment. As you can see, score difference between those two players of 150,000. And that's pretty much the score difference between the two teams as well. Lexi with another miss, though. Boros missed a little before that, so it seems that the United States actually going to be able to hold on to the lead still and take up the hard rock points if this continues this way.
Yeah, the Creeper doing really good on this map. We've seen him sub in for a couple of hard rock picks here and there, traditionally more of a double time player. He is going to find his first miss there.
Oh, team miss for USA! Boros was the only one to miss for France. It's going to trade once again with the Creeper, but Totobus also misses, so United States will survive another day, it seems. That got a little scary. More misses there for the Creeper. Electro's going to follow it up, though, in these snaps. Yeah, Electro really struggling on them, actually. That got a little scary for United States for like a few seconds, but they are going to hold on and take up another break point as well. It's not like United States can't beat France on hard rock, though, and that's why this is a bit of a peculiar pick for France, but well played there by US, and they really needed that point after the hidden loss.
Yeah, we can see almost everybody towards the end there struggling, finding that miss. Lexi actually the only one from the United States to hold on and helped them from losing that score advantage right at the end. It's going to bring us out to 3-2, and it should actually be United States pick now. So that was the second break point they have won this match.
Correct, indeed. Boros with a very mediocre performance on this map, though. That's really unfortunate. I could have swung things around if Boros was playing as well as he could. And I hope he's going to be able to improve that on the maps later down this match, because he's going to be playing quite a lot, I do think, considering that there's still quite a lot of hard rock and double time left.
I'll have to see what the United States wants to go with now. They still do have Hard Rock 3 open. They were looking pretty good on Hard Rock in that last map. It is interesting to note that they banned Hard Rock 2, so they're obviously not feeling super confident on all the Hard Rock picks. And they're going to go double time 1.
Alrighty, Doraemon. Oh, okay. Is this a good United States pick, I wonder? The entirety of France just poof, vanishes.
Yeah, we see DeCreeper and Sekre staying in. Now Colin stepping in for Lexi. Colin and DeCreeper kind of two of the main double-time players on the squad this year.
Yeah, exactly. Sekre is a very solid double-time player all in all as well, so he's surely going to be playing this map. But France also has a really good double-time roster, but the United States doesn't have any options left either, so this might make some sense indeed. I wonder if the Tobus is going to be forced to play here for France, because this is not the type of map he really likes to do. It seems that he is indeed joining the lobby, so...
We're going to see Kisetsu and Tori coming in for the United States.
Might
be. It could be. I see Sekre stepped out. See, still waiting on that third player for the United States. Oh no, it is going to be Sekre still.
Yeah, would make a lot more sense here. I don't think Kitsune Tori is like on the level of playing IEO 9.2 double time that comfortably yet, so maybe he is, maybe I'm just wrong. But Sekre would make more sense in this scenario.
Yeah, I was surprised to see Sekre stepping out. We do see him coming back in.
Yeah, this type of double time makes more sense for United States to pick than the other double time picks. I do believe that the other double time picks are going to be a bit more in favor of France for the most part. And this really fast type of double time, you'll just have the creeper probably bulking up the score a lot, trying his utmost best here. And the Sekre and Colin will do just fine as well, probably. Whereas France will have to hope that Boros will perform a lot better on this map than the previous map, and I hope that's going to be the case, because otherwise, yeah, the United States is going to take it.
Absolutely, yeah. This is definitely the kind of map that you'd expect the Creeper to do well on. I'd love to see if he can pull out that high score for his team.
He's been doing a lot of double time, even during CWC times, just maps that aren't in the pools and all. He's been doing really nicely. So far, though, the first miss is going to be for Colin. He's going to miss the second time together with the Tobas, and the Creeper's going to follow up with the United States as well. So bits of an early lead here for France, but the map is quite lengthy, so there's quite a lot that can still happen. Ooh, miss for the Creeper again, but Boros and Electra are going to be missing. So is the Tobas. So Sekre here pulling up a lot of score with his 400+ combo at the moment. Colin and Electra both missing once again. France in general has highest scores when you consider all players altogether, but Sekre is just pulling off a really nice play at the moment. That's going to provide the United States a bit of a lead here, as you can see.
Oh, big miss for Sekre there.
Really important, but Electra and Tatoba is going to be following up. Another miss there for Sekre and Colin, and another miss for Sekre as well. But it seems like a team miss for France is going to slow down progress for France, so that's actually going to provide a nice advantage for the United States, as the Creeper is at 370 combo now. Tatoba is struggling a little bit on this map too, missing quite often now.
I keep seeing around like 4 players in the map struggling, 4 to 5, and then it switches between Sekre and the Creeper. Now the Creeper falling down again. France building up combo.
Gonna need all of it. The Tobas, though, it seems that he's lost the rhythm a bit. He's at 40 combo once again, and Electra is gonna follow up with a miss of their own. The United States now comfortably leading at about a 80,000 points difference. Tobas keeps on missing too, and I don't think that's going to help out here. I think United States is just going to be able to run away with it, as there's more misses for France every single time these harder parts of the map pop up.
We see Sekre once again up to a high combo, holding it down for his team. Other 2 players struggling a bit. Boros trying to fill that role for his team. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough, as we're getting to the end of the map here, and there's just too much of a score advantage over on the side of the United States.
Yeah, as already mentioned, this is not the type of double time map that Tobas likes playing at all. Boros and Sekre here with really similar scores, I do believe. Yeah, both of them around that 997 to 6,000 score. Very nicely played by those 2. The Creeper also doing quite well, definitely better than the French players as well. But Tobas was the main factor here for France not being able to take up that point. And they're just gonna have to deal with that. That's the United States pick. It did make sense for whatever was left in the Hard Rock and the double time pool. But I believe that the rest of the map pool should favor France a tiny little bit now. So there's still the possibility for France to make a run back right now, if not later on in the match. And they're going to have to do it soon anyway, because otherwise the United States, well, they just need 3 more points until they have secured the spot in the top 3.
Yeah, we see France picking double time too. I expected to see a Nomad pick here, but they are going to be going right back to double time. This one perhaps one that will favor them a little bit better than that previous pick. That Colin's going to be stepping out. Oh, actually, no, he's over on France's side right now.
Okay, so No Life's going to be hopping in here for Tobas. Then it seems that the United States is going to hold on to their roster, as is. Quite peculiar, actually. I believe that this type of a double time map would be exactly the one that Tobas will be playing. This is way more in his ballpark, but he's actually snapped out already, so... And they are starting, so no Tobas in this map. I'm not entirely sure whether that's the decision they had to go for. United States still strong on these kind of maps, but I believe that Colin and the Creeper will be struggling considerably more on this map compared to some of the other double time map that we just saw. So we might see France actually be able to take this point quite alright if it comes down to Colin and the Creeper indeed not being able to play up to par compared to the other players.
Yeah, even if Sekre does well again here, if France can do better than they did last time, that would be plenty enough to give them the point. As we saw last time, Colin and Creeper struggling a bit, Sekre carrying. France also struggling is what gave the United States that point.
Let's see for Sekre for the United States, and No Life's going to follow it up. These score lines going to be really close. Electra also missed at the start of the map together with Colin, but Colin was a little earlier, so that's actually helped United States. But so far, the score seems to flicker. Well, not quite flicker, but get close to flickering every single time. United States is going to be able to take up a bit of a lead now, but it's not by a lot.
Yeah, already we can see this map definitely a lot harder. Electro going to fall again.
And so is No Life. Now United States is going to be able to bulk up that score, as you can see. And that blue bar is increasing quite rapidly. The Creeper and Colin doing a lot better than I expected. Actually, better than Sekre, the captain of the team, even. So that's looking pretty good for them. We're halfway through the map. Colin having a really annoying miss there on the slow part. So is the Creeper. It seems that now the weakness is showing a little bit more, even though that was very coincidental. And France is holding on to combo.
Some small slips is going to give France the chance to bring it back. About a third of the map to go. A nice long spinner here. And we're going to have a break so all the players can see where they're at.
Yeah, 10,000 points of difference. I think that France is going to be able to take up the lead here. But Boros is going to miss on this part for France. And that's going to be crucial, I do believe. Unless US has like 2 misses now, it's going to go to them, I do believe. And that would put France in a really nasty spot.
Yeah, France had a really good chance there, and then that miss really kind of screwed things for them.
Another 2 misses for No Life Electro. Sekre's going to miss 2 for US, but that's not going to stop progress here, as you can see. United States leading by a lot, and we are already nearing the end of the map, as you can see. And it seems that France blew it right at the end. Oh!
It's really unfortunate for France there. Right in the palm of their hands, and they let it slip through their fingers. That's going to bring United States 5-2 against France so far. And it will be their pick again, because that was another break point.
Proper gameplay by Colin, especially though here. Boros also only had a single miss and a beautiful accuracy to go along with it. So did Colin. But yeah, well played by those two, especially. And the Creeper doing better than I expected on this map too.
Yeah, Colin and the Creeper really stepping up more than we thought they would, doing much better than Sekre even. And it really paid off for the United States here. See Sekre in chat, very happy about Colin's performance there. I would be too. What will the United States do? There's 1 hard rock pick, 1 double time pick left on the board, and then 4 no mod picks to go.
Yeah, well done by US here, and this is something that France is going to struggle with. Yeah, it seems that my prediction. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. It seems that my prediction so far was wrong, in the sense that France will be stronger on most of these hard rock and double time maps. So far, United States actually looking quite a lot better. France taking up their first point in no mod, then the second point in hidden, in a very weird twist of events. And now they are really struggling. Every time they seem to be really close to getting a point, and then they somehow just seem to blow it every single time. It's really unfortunate. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, United States doing a lot better than yesterday as well. That's nice to see.
Song is a banger.
This is a convert pick. Seems that is France going to be swapping players here? Maybe not. Doesn't seem like it at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like now we said both rosters. We had some players stepping out for a second, or at least switching slots, and then they all came back to their same slots in the end.
Alrighty, that's fine. We're gonna get started in a few seconds. 8th map of the game. Alrighty. Early miss here for Boros. Colin missing right after, so is the Creeper. It's a medium-sized pick, so not too long, not too short.
Yeah, just enough time for the score to flip all over the place. We're going to see France finding another miss there.
Exactly, that's going to flip to USA.
Electro finding another miss again, struggling a little bit on this intro section.
It's a deceiving map. It's harder than it looks on stream, I would say. That doesn't happen too often for maps. The Creeper and Colin are going to miss here. Burrows also miss for France. But the combo advantage is in the hands of France right now. They might be able to get the score lead back, but I don't think so. Not quite yet, at least. No Life and Sekra, on the other hand, still doing really nice here with the double S, both of them.
Yeah, we got about a 45,000 advantage to the United States. As long as they build their combos back up, they will be able to hold on to the lead, and Electro going to miss is going to help them out with that.
Yeah, tons even. The Creeper's going to miss as well, so that's going to stop the progress, but Electro and the Creeper trading here pretty much. It's got a stalemate, as you can see. Oh, big miss there for Sekra though. Boris as well, and no life, so Colin once again taking up a bit of an MVP role, as you can see, with a score difference in favor of USA of about 60,000 now. Colin will have to hold on to that combo to try and increase that even further.
Yeah, with Sekra falling there, I think No Life might be the only full combo left. Oh no, he missed as well, so yeah, no full combos left on the board.
Yeah, more misses there for the Creeper and Sekra though. Colin's not going to be able to carry that on his own, but Electro's miss is going to help out the US quite a lot here. Getting to that late stage of the map. France is going to need USA to miss a lot here if they still want to take up this point.
There's about 30 seconds left to go, and they need a lot of misses to come out from the United States.
No Life and Sekra will trade, and that's not quite enough. As you can see, the trade here, but a full team miss for both teams with that nasty jump, as you can see. And France misses again, where USA only has the Creeper missing, and it's getting out of their grasp here. France is again not being able to pull up here at the end. Another miss for the Creeper. Kola has a lower combo than the people over at France, but Boros missing again will once more stop progress. More misses for everybody but Electro. Wait, that blue bar decreased in size quite rapidly here, but definitely not enough map left to ensure France win. And United States at match point, very early on in the match too. We're only been playing for 42 minutes, so wow, doing really nice here.
Yeah, United States trying to speedrun this pick before France can gain steam and bring them back to a tiebreaker. They did not want to see a repeat of that last time. It didn't end super well for them. But yeah, unfortunate for France there at the end, that team-wide miss for both teams evened things out and made it so that they wouldn't be able to take the point in the end. Will be France's pick now, possibly their last if they can't get a win out of this, so they're going to have to take their time and pick well on this.
Exactly. So there's one double time pick left and the rest is no mod, and I'm just wondering when are they going to go back to no mod? They really need to. That initial no mod went quite alright for them. And you don't want to be playing double time when you're really nervous, because your catching movement is just going to be really janky for the most part. Whereas on no mod, that's not going to be the case quite as much.
Yeah, I definitely expect to see a Nomad here, and I'm surprised, kind of like you said, they haven't gone back to Nomad sooner.
mean, to their credit, it is true that some of the DTs, like actually last leftover with double time pick and in circles, should favor them in like the ideal instance, but it's not the ideal instance today. And France looked really strong at the start of the match, but slowly started to settle a little bit throughout, and is now looking a little weaker. They are gonna go for double time free. Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh.
Again, they're just ignoring those no mod picks, and it could be fatal here. If this isn't the right call, then that is it for them, and they are going to be ending CWC in 4th place. Ooh, that is a interesting statement there in chat. Toba saying that he hopes it's not going to be the last map, and Sekre saying it might be. It's all on you.
Oh, they're trying to get him nervous.
Yeah, so United States feeling pretty confident on this pick, but yeah, the ball is in France's court. Speaking of rosters, looks like Lexi is going to be coming in, and I think that's no roster change for France.
Toba's joined now.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Is swapped for Electra, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah,
Lexi
right.
is going to be swapping for Poland here.
Yeah, one player swap for both teams then.
Yeah, okay. This is the type of double time that Tobas really likes. But he's been put under pressure by the United States just now. Those mind games could really become a factor. Not even kidding. And it's not the greatest time to be playing double time when you're doing this bad so far, honestly.
Yeah, Decreeper with an early miss. Toba's going to be trading though.
And there's a team miss for the United States. Boros is going to miss as well with no life, holding on to 2 in a combo. It's going to up the score for France a little, as you can see. Toba's also having a higher combo than most of the US players here. Another miss there for the Creeper, and the French will have a bit of a lead here. No life also missed though. I missed that. Pun not intended. Sekre and the Creeper are also going to miss once more for the United States, so the performance is looking more stable in the end of France, if anything. Maybe the nerves haven't really gotten into their head just yet, and that's good news for them.
Yeah, Lexi doing quite well so far. The other 2 players of the United States struggling a little bit. France looking pretty nice.
Honestly speaking, Sekre is doing quite alright as well so far. The Creeper is the one with the low score in the lobby. No life is going to miss for France, though. And they're going to be able to see that too. He's got to feel pressure to combo the rest of the map, I'm sure of that. And that's going to lead him to miss once again. And so will Boros. United States is probably going to take up the lead here. So will Totobus. And Lexi's going to miss too, but United States still has 2 combos over 200. Being Sekre and the Creeper. France is falling apart now. Oh,
yeah.
Not looking good for them.
Oh, that break has got to be brutal for them. They can see where they stand and that the United States have taken back the lead with a little less than half of the map to go.
Exactly. Sekre missed as well, but the Creeper's playing such an important role at the moment. He is finally upping his score quite a lot. Boros and Tobas with more misses, so will Sekre and the Creeper, but that score difference of 70,000 points will not just vanish out of the blue. France will need to hold on to combos. Sekre's got to miss. So will Boros, so will Totobas, so will No Life! Oh no, that's a disaster. Alexi at 400 plus combo. The Creeper and Sekre both having higher combos than any of the French players as well. And Totobas just hasn't got it anymore. I think it's the nerves. I think that's the downfall of France here, and that the double time pick is the last thing they should have gone for. And it's showing as this gap is widening by the second. The misses that happen on the USA side just now don't really matter, as you can see. France just can't pull it back this late into the game, and it's looking like it's going to be GG. More misses there for Secret Tobas with the Creeper. Lexi and No Life don't really have any sort of spectacular combo either, though. And it's looking like hope is really lost by now, as France misses once more. The entire team, that is. 10% of the map left, and they're going to have to make it for over 100,000 points. That's just plainly said impossible.
Yeah, really unfortunate for France there. They were playing with fire and unfortunately got burned with that double time pick at the end, and that is going to lead France to be finishing CWC this year with 4th place, United States going on to the next round next weekend.
Wowie. So yeah, United States indeed not really being the best yesterday in their match against the Philippines. Not really too representative. And that's what tricked me into thinking that France might have been able to win. But yeah, I think it's mostly the combination of nerves and just having to play against such a strong team against the USA. I mean, France never got into top 3 before, so they felt so pressured into doing it, but sadly they weren't quite able to do it. But honestly speaking, France, you shouldn't be ashamed at all. That was a great performance, and United States, we have to congratulate for taking up a top 3 spot for the 3rd year.
Okay, congratulations to both teams for their performances this year. Both teams doing very well. We are going to be seeing United States as the winner moving on to next weekend, where they will be facing off against Hong Kong for the losers bracket grand finals. Winner of that will get to take on South Korea for 1st place.
Correct. So yeah, we have a newcomer in the top 3 anyway. Hong Kong is going to be that team, and we'll have United States versus Hong Kong next week as our first match. As you already mentioned, still up in here, you can see the bracket. South Korea is sitting on that throne for now, waiting until either Hong Kong or USA comes knocking on that door, trying to knock him off that podium. I mean, that throne. Will that happen or won't that happen? We shall see next week. The final week of the CWC 2021 tournament. And yeah, that's the final match for the finals round. That's been a spectacular weekend once again. Very nice matches all across. No tiebreak to be seen this weekend, but that's more than fine. Nobody is going to be crying about that. I'm really sure of that.
I mean, I was excited to see a tiebreaker, but, you know, it didn't happen, and that's all right.
I mean,
we got close.
Spectacular gameplay from all teams, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So coming up next, we will be having our map pool showcase for the grand finals. We may be taking a slight break before then. We'll let you know in just a moment here.
Yeah, exactly. In like 10 to 15 minutes-ish, we'll be going live with our map pool showcase. But for now, we're going to have to prepare for a little bit. And you guys can take a little break and have a bit of a breather as well if you want to. And if you haven't already, you could also do the following things like following the channel, because every time we go live, you'll get an email notification whenever we are indeed live. And well, that will only happen if you click on the bell icon, but you can click on that bell icon. It's not far from the following button. It's literally right next to it. And right next to that, it's going to be your subscription button if you're feeling really generous and you want to help us out with providing this sort of content and making these sort of tournaments. Then you should click on that subscription button. All of that funding will go into the tournaments. And finally, banners. I'm pretty sure this is like literally the last day you can buy banners. So banners will appear on your profile and it will show your support for a certain team in the tournament. Today, I'm pretty sure it's the last day you can get them. You can buy them for 16 teams, yes, including all of the teams that have already dropped out of the tournament. But you can also buy them for the leftover teams, and if you pick the team that wins the tournament, that profile banner will stay just a little longer on your profile. It looks really slick, right? It's Snow Leopard, who's the actual showcase model on the website page. If you want to see how it looks like, what it looks like, and it's only $2.50. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you should definitely check it out.
Absolutely. And with that, I think that's going to be just about it for us. Sarton, thank you for casting with me today. It has been a pleasure. And we'll see you guys back in about 15 minutes for that map pool showcase.
Thank you, Snow Leopard. We'll see you soon. Stay here.
It is time. Hello everyone, hopefully you haven't run away and you're sticking with us. Sorry for the technical difficulties. It is I, JB Hyperion, joined by Nelly for the Grand Finals map pool showcase of the 2021 Oscatch World Cup.
Oh boy, this is gonna be exciting. Seeing like all those map pools played on the weeks before. Now we're here. Time definitely flies fast, and now we're at the final boss, the Grand Finals map pool. Only 3 teams remaining, but one map pool can make a really huge difference.
Yeah, so South Korea, the United States, and Hong Kong will be battling out on these 16 maps over the course of the next weekend. They'll have 1 week to practice. We have 6 no mods, 3 hidden, 3 hard rock, 3 double time, and 1 surprise for you. And we're going to get started as soon as we can with obviously the no mod pool once again. 4 specifics and 2 converted OS difficulties. And it's going to be Killer Beast from Camellia, Ultra Berserk difficulty, starting us off with no mod 1.
Yeah, what's the Grand Finals without Camellia, honestly?
Yes, the C in CWC has always had a little bit of a special place for Camellia, and now we see Chicken Bible Steror. Interesting collab name there. I'm not sure if that could be realized one day. This is 4 minutes in length, 220 BPM, circle size of 4.2, and an approach rate of 9.9. Pretty speedy.
Yeah, Jamsu joining at the race of Nobel once on one of the specific community tournaments, and now he's returning here in OWC here. As you can see, there's a lot of different snaps here. One-A jumps, streamy, techie stuff.
Yeah, just in case you didn't realize we were at Grand Finals, we're starting out, as you can see, with an 8.3 star difficulty. Could you believe that this is the consistency pick of the no mod pool? Looking at this right now, Nelly, this looks pretty mean.
I mean, yeah, looks pretty mean, but as players progress, the map pool gets harder, but players as well, playing more harder maps, so I think it's alright. Looks still doable for top players, though.
Yes, 3 teams and 18 players therein will be contesting this. Obviously everyone else is pretty welcome to give it a try as well, but it will be only those 3 teams that we mentioned previously on the stage of the Grand Final, both the losers bracket and the winners bracket final. Next weekend it'll be playing for the podium places.
Yeah, with the guaranteed prizes, badges, and a little bit of monetary with money, but I'm just going forward.
Nice little calming, slow section here. Pretty much the only really super friendly part of the map. Very kind of technical all throughout, with lots of different snaps, as you said, Nelly. Lots of anti-flow and direction changes.
Yeah. And now here comes the second part with this almost same pattern.
I don't think there were very many fruits in that section that didn't have hyper dashes between them. Lots of little doubles being thrown in here, which require just a tiny bit more precision than if they were single objects.
Yeah, you could probably see.
I was gonna say, just in case it wasn't difficult enough.
Yeah, and as you can see, those jumps aren't your regular snaps. You would expect with the one fruit kind of jump, but now, as you can see in this Nomad 1, you see a lot of sliders with 2 fruits almost at the same time with 1/6 sapping, I suppose. Which at a glance, it will make it a little bit easier to read, but it requires some more consistency pressure here.
Yeah, so much kind of balance between little wiggling patterns, and obviously big wiggling patterns as well, like you can see there, and also lots of patterns where you have to kind of tap dash, stand still, and then immediately start moving again in the same direction, that are just really straining to play.
There's a lot of hyper sliders here.
Yeah, just a few.
Just a few, yeah. Probably like 5 of them I saw.
So yeah, ladies and gents, that's No Mod 1. Welcome to Finals, Grand Finals.
Welcome to Grand Finals. One map done, and we're jumping to No Mod 2 with the famous song from Archaea, Eagle Seeker, Silent Room versus Frooms. Although the set is from Gemzu, the difficulty creator is actually razor sharp.
Yeah, so we are not quite making this into Gemzu World Cup, although I'm sure there'd be a lot of people that'll be looking forward to this one. As you said, this is Razor Sharp's difficulty. This map was last updated very recently. It's only been submitted in the last kind of 2 weeks. So, whilst not strictly created for the CWC as far as I'm aware, it is a very recent map that a lot of people may not be familiar with. And yeah, there was a prediction of this in the chat about 5 or 10 minutes ago, I'm pretty sure. Dave,
yeah, actually someone predicted. Good job there. Yeah, good job there, guy.
One O's cookie for you, my friend.
But yeah, as you can see, the map is relatively much shorter than No Mod 1, but it still requires a lot of memorization on the patterns, because this map is nowhere near hard, because Razor Sharp has been very much known for creating a lot of hard maps.
Yeah, Razor is definitely someone that prepares and attempts to challenge top players as much as humanly possible, and this is really kind of showing here. 1/8 streams at 234 BPM, lots of tight snaps as well as sharp direction changes, and some odd stream little wiggles and some that could be stacked there as well.
So jump to the famous Kai. We jump into the hyper sliders here.
The first of what will probably be many misses in this Grand Finals map we'll showcase as we get into more and more difficult maps. If you thought that SS on No Mod 1 was going to be the norm, I think you are mistaken.
Also, jumping a little bit, like the Razor's Beyond isn't even the top difficulty. Yes, there's top difficulty exists by Gemzu, but I'm talking about the general set at this point.
If you're looking for a challenge, then this set is going to be coming to the ranked section near you very shortly after CWC ends, I am sure.
Maybe.
But as we come to the end here, I just want to add, this isn't even the highest BPM in the No Mod pool. We go faster still with No Mod 3. And in case Camellia wasn't enough, here's Camellia Feet Camellia. You can have triple the Camellia in your Grand Finals map we'll showcase. This is Hirogairu Tsubasa Oikikete from Rockman.
Yeah, if you thought Camellia wasn't enough, well, although he creates music, he also sings. So you have 2 Camellias instead of 1.
They're multiplying!
Oh my.
So this one is just over 2 minutes in length. 255 BPM. Woo, that's fast.
So rude already. That was Grand Finals, why am I surprised?
I mean, 8.6 stars, circle size 4.2, approach rate 9.8. This is the speed check to end, to this point at least, nearly all speed checks. Massive focus on anti-flow. But there's also a lot of half hypers as well, which are, as you said, incredibly difficult at this kind of BPM. You'd think like half hyper, oh, not so bad, like a bit more lenient. But at this BPM, there really isn't that much difference between them. They're both just fast.
Yorakba back then, as Azrael, and even now, like really recently, like he's been really famous for doing a lot of those anti-flows, jumps here, back and forth. There's a little bit of nice patterns with one gap.
Yeah, compared to a lot of the earlier part of the map, that looked kind of a little more like we've seen in kind of high star ranked maps of the day, just obviously with a slightly faster scaled up BPM. We're used to seeing lots of incredibly technical patterns from Rockmer that really test the precision of incredibly high skilled players, just like we see from Razor.
And as you can see, there's a lot of sliders that face in either flow directions or anti-flow. This would be a huge test. And my god, this is illness Lilin pattern here.
Yeah, there's wiggles all over the place.
So, Nomad 3's done. Now we can finally relax with the Camellia and jump it into some Toho. Yumaneko Himiko, Hayaba Yui, Rakutsu di Hairu Sakayo. I'm sorry for my terrible Japanese. I know I'm
fairly
really
sure
terrible.
that my Nomad 3 pronunciation was pretty terrible as well, so I think we'll call it a draw on that one, my friend.
Yeah, and as you can see, it's a rain, but it's actually not a rain. It's sort of like an anti-hyper dash kind of maps here. I mean, there's been a couple. Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is there's a couple of ranked maps with no hyper dashes at all, but this one is so rough. There's a lot of wiggles back and forth.
A few of them, and I know that Yumeno Himiko, or Examination as people may remember them, is someone who also really loves hyperless and kind of edge dash type maps. So whilst the star rating of 5.5 may be incredibly deceiving, yeah, you should prepare for pain and punishment here. Similar to one of the maps that we saw from them, I think in round of 16 double time pool, is going to be lots of standstills versus wiggling. So there's going to be some parts where you need to kind of dash to something and stand still, and some parts where you're just continuously wiggling with edge dashes for many seconds at a time.
Yeah, there's a lot of triples back and forth that needs to be hit like a triple from Osu standard, but it's just the anti-flow here. We're back at wiggles again.
I think these can technically be stacked, but I'm not sure I'd want to give that a try.
Honestly, same.
This is some insane plate walking if you could stack all of this.
And unfortunate Dusk misses here. So yeah, as you can see, those kind of sections you see right now, it's actually probably the calmest part of the entire map, because at this point the stream goes wow with a lot of wiggles here.
Yeah,
no
so
dash, no hyper dashes, by the way.
The difficulty of the map hasn't like maximized really. It hasn't gotten a lot harder, but the amount of movements that you need to do to kind of wiggle all of this just gets so tiring. And as a map that is like nearly 3.5 minutes long, where you're almost continually left-right wiggling for the whole map with very little room for pause, it must get so much more difficult towards the end, even if the kind of spacing itself doesn't get that much more punishing.
At the least, there is at least one break here, so you can actually relax your fingers after pressing a lot of left and rights. With literally a lot of precision, the type of map it is.
I mean, what more is to say? There's probably like 15 continuous seconds at least of wiggling at the end there with very little breaks. Wow.
Oh yeah. And this
that
is
super punishing.
We're done with the specific nomads.
Yeah, just 2 converts to go in the Nomad pool, and this is one that I'm sure most people will be pretty familiar with. Battles Re-End of a Dream, the Revival difficulty, which was featured in the Grand Finals of the OS World Cup in 2018, I believe, so making it its 2nd World Cup appearance. 2 minutes 20 seconds in length, 212 BPM, circle size of 4, and an approach rate of 9.7.
Although there's few patterns that goes like back and forth with a little bit triple. Oh, that almost felt like an edge dash.
I mean, welcome to converted difficulties. Edge dashes are pretty much everywhere at this level of difficulty.
Yeah, like what am I saying? At this point, we're watching converts that us can really predict what's gonna happen further. Oh, those are a mini triple segment here after the long sliders.
As we'd see a lot with converted difficulties at this kind of star rating, not only do you get the edge dashes that you're not really expecting, but they're also combined with these really strong hypers that you're also not expecting, so it's super punishing to be able to kind of change direction at the precise perfect time.
And don't forget those 1-3, which plays almost like a wiggle, so you must be really aware of it.
Getting into the end here, we're going to see it get typical fashion, even more punishing. There's some really strong edge dashes there. And these hypers aren't playing around either. I mean, that was a reverse stare pattern with hypers if I've ever seen one. The slider velocity was cranked up so high that you need to turn around at the perfect moment. So that's no mod 5.
And we're going into the jumpy map. Obotail, map by Kreutz.
Yeah, so whilst Re-End of a Dream is something that is hugely popular, I don't think this one would lose to it. 5,000 favorites and 12 million plays in OS. A small proportion of those are probably catch, but this one's going to be cranking out a few more here for our remaining teams. Ranked in 2018, a little bit later than Re-End of the Dream that we just saw previously. 3.5 minutes in like 185 BPM. 4.3 circle size and 9.7 approach rate, and as you said, this one is the jump map to end the jump maps in our grand finals pool.
Yeah, it's not your finals map pool, the alternate map that almost everyone kinda hates to see. Well, that map might be not the exception here.
We were talking in Re-End of a Dream about how there were lots of strong hyper dashes combined with edge dashes, and yeah, I think I don't really need to repeat myself, but this is also going to be the case here. I would not be surprised if some of these require memorization, given that this is a slightly longer pick and more kind of focused on consistency than Re-End of a Dream, which is a speed check burst kind of type ordeal from pretty much start to finish.
Yeah, and as you can see, the jumpy section, I would call the 1-2, but they're clearly almost hyper dashed here. That requires a lot of precision to get those hyper jumps. And this is the only one here. You'll see like a little bit further after this solo part.
I mean, this section looks kind of almost tame compared to some of the other sections, so I guess this is kind of the rest section, but it really doesn't last long enough.
Well, sort of, yeah. Although there was a break a little bit, so you could probably relax a little.
Ooh, that wiggle had no hyper dashes and the SV looked so high.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of punishing half jump pattern that we were talking about, where almost all of them are hyper dashes and then one or two of them are just not. And they look exactly the same in terms of distance, but they're just not giving you that hyper dash that you feel you really desperately need.
Yeah, this may not be the opposite from Finals Map Pool No Mod 6. And you would think the map will over, but no, there's even more jumps after it.
Yeah, we ordered jumps with a side helping of jumps, and then you get jumps for dessert as well, just in case you didn't have enough.
Survive or fail, as everyone would say.
no fail is forced, but...
Yeah, but the score though, it would be really, really small if no one really tries to prepare this.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing that no fail is forced, because there were some really punishing sections in that one. But that is going to do it. No more no-mod maps in the tournament, so we're going to be going on to Hidden now. Fiction Junction Yuka, Ikoi, from FD Fluorite. And if you weren't expecting a low approach rate hidden map in Grand Finals, and you weren't expecting it to be from Fluorite or Dave, given that their history of map selecting Yeah, I mean, you probably should have seen this one coming.
Oh my god! What are those hyper jumps? I mean, yeah, like probably last year we saw Magic Bomb map with Air 7.5. Now we're seeing this now in 2021. And it looks already so brutal than Magic Bomb's map, probably 5 times.
It really does. 120 BPM and approach rate 7.5. And just in case that wasn't enough for you, it's circle size 5 as well, so crank your precision up just a little bit further.
I can already see in the chat Zach just blob sweating a lot seeing this map.
Oh, some nice stairs without hyper dashes there at approach rate 7.5. That looked fun. And by fun, I mean I'm going to enjoy watching everyone else suffer. I mean, I would never be playing at this kind of end of a tournament anyway, but once again, I'm pretty glad that I'm not.
Yeah, I'm glad I was eliminated in the 8th place as well, so I'm definitely giving a raise to you, JBH.
Oh no! Some of them have wiggles now and some of them don't. This is horrible!
This is almost a pixel jump, like I can't even properly explain this.
Do you remember in 2019 where we had True Eyes, the approach rate 7 pick in like round of 16 with hidden? Like, this looks like that, except on steroids.
Yeah.
It's so punishing.
Yeah, no wonder why Nagi, the only one, by the way, who can properly play this map. Which is Sayuyu in that case.
Wow.
Oh, that was almost in the sea. That's so sad.
I don't envy anyone who has to play that one, but we're moving on. Hidden 2 time. We're going a little bit faster, but not much. This is Kami no Kotoba. This is approach rate 8. CS5. So we've gone a little bit higher in terms of approach rate, but we're actually even slower in terms of BPM, down to 110. And in case you didn't have enough small circle size, low approach rate, low BPM maps, this one's nearly 5 minutes long, guys. Consistency.
Oh my god. Those dashes are like almost pixelated here. Or at least like, that's how the art works.
Spectator brought us hide and seek from the previous pool, which was kind of similar to this in some ways, but this is like twice as long and even slower.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're not gonna listen to the Among Us hit sound up here. What am I saying?
When the commentator is sus.
No.
Okay, but anyway, yeah, back to the map.
Yeah,
this one is,
sorry.
as I said, nearly 5 minutes in length, so there's really, this is obviously the consistency pick of the hidden pool this time around. By far and away, the longest of the 3 picks that we're going to be seeing. And yeah, I think you picked it out quite nicely, Nelly. Edge jumps, wiggles, the low approach rate and the CS5 as well make things just a little bit more precise. I mean, there's times in a map pool where you see something and you think, oh, everyone's going to ban that. And then you see the next map, and you think, well, they can't ban 2 maps, but they could ban this as well. And this is exactly the kind of maps that we're seeing from a grand final showcase.
Yeah, you only have 2 options. Either ban this long map, or a shorter one, but with 2 minutes.
But you haven't seen the hard rock, the double time. Like, we might ban neither of these. We can't ban the whole map pool, guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Everyone who's playing this, of course. I mean, even to say like a little bit off topic, like the standard map that was ranked high on now for like years ago, also like features like quite a weird flow jumps.
There's some really punishing half jumps back to back there. which would be difficult enough in like a regular play, but when you add on hidden and this really low approach rate and BPM combo, it's just so easy to change direction too early and miss a slider tail or a circle there.
And there's no breaks, guys. Like, still, you must play until something will happen. Like, okay, probably this little section would be a rest for you.
At least the spinners, it doesn't matter if you don't really catch anything.
Yeah. I mean, if you're having a true disaster, then probably.
I think hidden throughout, at least this year's CWC and probably for other entries as well, has been the mod that some people really love, but a lot of people like really want nothing to do with. And I think kind of lower approach rate technical hidden is just not represented in like the ranked meta at all anymore. It's a skill that like CWC and a lot of other kind of community tournaments as well test, because a lot of older players are very familiar with it, and it is something that is good to be able to do. But a lot of kind of newer players that don't kind of play in that many tournaments or play only kind of more recent maps will very, very unlikely to have seen maps like this.
Yeah, that probably happens like one in the year. Because as you can see, the gimmick is cool, but while playing, I will highly debate on that. There you have a little bit spin to win battle here.
Yeah, just a couple of spinners to close this one out. Well, I mean, we could see some decisive spin battles. I don't think this is going to be because everyone's on an FC, but because everyone is kind of mentally imploding from how difficult this is.
Yeah. And there you have two bananas at the end. For
Still a million points, though, by virtue of just how many spinners there are in that one.
Good
Very
job,
impressive. So hidden 3, rounding out our pool with the convert, a Megalara Garuda, Scion, a name that people might be familiar with.
It's Kalionet. Although you might, like, Catch people will say, well, he's a famous player in Catch, but he also maps Standard sometimes. And I believe his maps were loved. I'm not really entirely
This
sure
one is loved, you are correct, from December 2018, just after Christmas in that year.
Oh, cool.
So big shout out to Kalionet, a long time kind of successful member of Team China in CWC.
Yeah, now we're jumping to a lot like a high R kind of thingy here after witnessing two hiddens, but this is nowhere near as easy as this.
Yeah,
as you can see, there's a lot of snaps.
This is the complete opposite of both of the hidden picks that we've seen thus far.
And those
2 minutes in
are
length,
really rude.
180 BPM, 9.7 approach rate.
Good luck.
Just as we'd expect from kind of converted picks, some of the snapping here in terms of hyperdash distances is just insane, and you're just kind of almost teleported from one side of the screen to the other because of the high kind of snap, like 1/6 is very prevalent. This little tap dashing kind of movement that's required after a strong hyperdash is so difficult even without hidden, and it's so prevalent here as well.
Yeah, even without hidden, like, those patterns are nowhere easy as this.
Yeah, a little bit of memorization going to be required here, I think, even though this is a little bit of a shorter one. But yeah, hidden pool rounded out. So 2 mods brackets down and 2 to go. So Nelly, you want to take us through the hard rock?
Pleasure. So, after witnessing hidden, we're gonna jump to Hard Rock 1, mapped by Zuzux, as one of the mappers that has been a really long time and definitely undercovered, now featuring in CWC here. Kagetora, Crazy Banger, Difficulty Fatal, Air 10 as obvious with CS 5.85, with a relatively short length, although look at those patterns. As you can see, there's a lot of hybrid dashes and wiggles that needs to be smashed.
Yeah, Zizix is a name that we don't kind of see for a lot of the CWC, but towards the end, their maps are regularly making an appearance now. They've very much made a name for themselves as an incredibly good technical mapper of these kind of high star rating, high difficulty maps. This one from March of this year, so pretty recent from Zizix's collection, is 1.5 minutes in length, so by far one of the shortest maps that we've seen in, I think, any map pool, apart from maybe some of the kind of earlier rounds. 160 BPM, and a circle size of 5.85, which is 4.5 with kind of hard rock being added on top.
I mean, that's pretty casual, like with hard rock seeing low CS. But yeah, there's almost nothing really to say about the map itself, other than that it's just a BBM tester.
Yeah, 160 BPM doesn't kind of sound that fast, but considering the density that's being offered up here, and like these double patterns like this make the snap so punishing. Yikes.
That might actually be a vibe of 666, which is another famous song in South Voltex, but yeah. Jumping to Hidden 2, we have a feature artist this time, Map by Dust, Zach Sugary Daydream. With the CS pretty high for Hard Rock, which is 5.07. With 2 minutes and 36 seconds.
A little bit lower than the pick that we just saw. This one, as you said, does feature that slightly lower circle size, but is more kind of technically oriented than what we've seen before, and it's going to feature lots of anti-flow and lots of these tiny little snapping wiggles and dashes as well.
It's that triple at the beginning. But yeah, Dust, he's been quite famous for doing a really good bounce through Hard Rock, but now he's making a whole different exception with this CWC entry.
Yeah, if you don't happen to be a Hard Rock fan, this is the longest map in the Grand Finals pool, just over 2.5 minutes in length, so they're all kind of very kind of short, punchy, powerful technical maps that we're going to see here. This is the longest thereof, but look at some of these patterns. Like we can see like the high snapping, the extended sliders, lots of anti-flow and direction changes in places where you wouldn't normally expect them.
Yeah, that's what you pretty much expect from any kind of breakcore genre with those kind of patterns.
Yeah, breakcore, not a genre that we've kind of seen represented in CWC that many times. It's becoming more popular in catch, but I think a lot of people think it's a little bit scary to try and get into because of how complex a lot of the rhythms are.
It just requires a lot of practice to play properly these kind of maps, but yeah. Now those triples are quite rough.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those picks where if you miss, you can definitely see yourself losing a massive amount of combo in the blink of an eye, just because of how dense a lot of the patterns are at this 230 BPM.
Yeah, in Hard Rock, like, one miss guarantee your death at this point, like, playing these kind of maps. And especially in CWC, one miss and one slip, and that's it. You break a lot of score here.
Yeah, some really punishing extended sliders at the end there as well.
So we're done with the specific Hard Rocks. Let's jump to the Converts one, shall we?
Yeah, so the Trajes, maybe that's not how you pronounce that, but it's going to be our Hard Rock 3, our converted pick for the Hard Rock pool, Riz versus Sharon. So this one is from June 2016, but is not ranked. It's a very kind of old Evil Elvis map that's been kind of floating around for a while. Probably not going to get updated, but yeah, going to be bringing a little bit of nostalgia back to CWC via converts. 1 minute 44 seconds in length, 190 BPM, and circle size 6.5 when Hard Rock is added.
I mean, Evil Elvis's mapping, when converted, are quite famous for being kind of weird, kind of patterning with copy-paste, because some kind of patterns with a wacky, I would say wacky flow on how you play sliders, etc. This is definitely one of those, but with higher BPM.
Yeah, 190 BPM here, coupled with that kind of increased CS value, the CS 6.5 makes this really quite precise, quite streamy as you can see, lots of sharp direction changes, many of which, as we've said so many times now, combine these hyper dashes with kind of non-hyper dashes as well.
Yeah, that calm part, like, is definitely needs to be memorized in my opinion.
Yeah, calm parts in any other mod bracket are like the nice place where you rest, but in Hard Rock, when the density's low and the approach rate is so high, calm parts are where you frantically try and memorize where the next notes are, and then things like that happen.
Yeah, as you can see, the bad player gave up, like mashing the calm part with this jump. But yeah, that's quite a rough map so far. So Hard Rock's done. Almost the last one, double time.
Just the one mod bracket to go, and then our surprise is upon us. This one is Kyokyo P beat Hatsune Miku, so some Vocaloid coming your way. End of the World, Rockma making their second appearance in this Grand Finals map pool. Knowing who's been kind of creating maps for the CWC, definitely not a surprise to see a player of Rockma's caliber making a double appearance. This is 3 minutes 17 seconds in length. Is going to be 282 BPM when double time is applied, and that approach rate 10.1, which is 8.7 double time if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's a little bit casual for double time, being kind of rhythmically, like, I would say rhythmically like the same, like with those kind of patterns, but that map is kind of different by how the patterns are placed. I mean, it's Rockbuzz, so he can definitely place a little bit rhythms. I mean, the patterns that are not so consistent, like with the maps you see in Ranked as an example, and combined with double time is definitely like a little bit of breaker here.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of patterns that require like you either to tap dash or hyper dash into a standstill. And given how fast your catcher moves with double time and how kind of high the BPM here is, like that 282, like if you kind of go even a millimeter beyond where you need to go, then you're just going to miss tons of notes.
Well, what is that wiggle here? You clearly need to stand in. But yeah, I actually have a little bit of vibes with Yusao Showdown and one of the battles that Rockman did for double time one, but on huge steroids, and actually double time the length, which by the way, 2 minutes and 11 seconds.
Showdown was DT1 from the semi-finals pool, and that was one of the shortest maps we've seen. This one is going to be quite a bit longer. It's not the longest map in the double time pool. We will see one that is a little bit longer a little bit later on. But this one is pretty punishing compared to Showdown, as you suggested, but fitting that we're going to be at the Grand Finals map pool showcase now.
Well, we're not gonna jump to Grand Finals yet, but there's already 2 maps left. Double Time 2, Akasa Yusakuba Fubuki, mapped by Fluorite and Himiko at the same time.
Yeah, Asaka making their second appearance in consecutive rounds. They were hidden 3 in the previous pool. Now we're going to be shifting to Double Time 2. And you can tell from the difficulty name Fluorite and Himiko's ZH Not Steven that there is certainly some inspiration taken from a very old and very famous kind of paragon of early catch mapping here, which is ZH Steven.
Yeah, mentioning ZH Steven, like he's been a kind of like one of the first steps into cache mapping, which we'll definitely see kind of a little bit of vibes here with kind of the spacing changes that needs to be like hit a lot. Either as a tap walk or full walk, or hell, even like full dash walk. Yeah, like this is definitely one of the maps.
So this is the shortest map in the double time pool at just over just under 1.5 minutes in length with DT added. BPM 258, approach rate of 9.9, so that's approach rate 8.4 when double time is added. And circle size of 4, so all of these maps are roughly, or there or thereabouts, CS4. Circle size not the difficulty as it was in the Hard Rock pool. This is very much punchy speed checking.
And of course, there's not going to be a also catchable cup without one convert in mode. So this will be Captain 1, being a little ambitious. Ambiguous, I can't really read. But it's backed by Nathan. Nathan's insane to be exact.
Yeah,
this map will be a closing factor for regular maps.
Yeah, probably the oldest map in the Grand Finals pool from late 2015, November, if I'm not mistaken. Garnadelia, a very kind of popular artist, lots of their works featured in OS. As you said, this one is going to be the Nathan's Insane difficulty, just under 3 minutes in length when double time is applied, 267 BPM, but approach rate 9, double time convert, so 10.3. So 3 minutes of approach rate 10.3. This is a lot of difficulty consistently kind of packed in to quite a long and straining experience.
Yeah, you definitely need a lot of memorization for double time 3. Given that the length is almost 3 minutes, it's definitely got to be a memory factor. But it's not only the memory, but also precision on the patterns you see as a convert here. Sometimes you either need to tap dash, sometimes you need to walk, and sometimes, well, you must hold the dash and pray for luck to hit them.
Very few hyper dashes appearing here. I mean, we tend to see kind of hyper dashes and edge dashes appearing at random in converts, but I'm seeing almost no hyper dashes here at all. So, I mean, double time at 10.3 is not really something that I'm very competent at, but I have to assume that the selectors threw this in here because there's some kind of spicy edge dashes that my slow brain can't quite pick up on.
Actually, probably. I mean, like in previous rounds, I think there's at least like a few edge dashes that are quite frequent, but here I'm not really seeing here.
Maybe this map is the most kind of comfortable consistency pick in the pool thus far then. I will take your word for that one, because as you said, it's not something that I can particularly play.
Yeah, maybe it's one of the consistent picks, who knows?
Closing in now. Surprise is upon us for everyone who has waited so patiently. We appreciate your support, of course.
Can I have the word? Please.
You can have the word.
Oh, thank God. Now, stop here. Before we'll touch this. Now, my heart's still shaking here, but it's finally time. Throw them up.
Drum roll.
Yes, the Fruits of Absorbia. Mapped by Gemzu, Ascendant, Steve, and Spec. With over 6 minutes and 4 seconds. Star rating of 8.09. CS 4.3, AR 9.9, and HP 5. Enjoy the song, lads.
If you are a fan of Frooms' work, this one is going to be as new to you as it is to us. This is a custom map of a custom commissioned song for this CWC Grand Finals. We're incredibly excited to have Frooms' great work being showcased on our stream, and the work, as you said, of those 4 map selectors, or those creators, sorry. Gemzu, Ascendant, Dave, and Spec. What an amazingly talented combination. I mean, we haven't seen this, we haven't heard this, we might not be ready for this, but we're going to go through it together with you all.
This is one of the songs that needs to be listened closely, so we're going to remain silent here. Enjoy the song.
I mean, we'll of course be picking up on things as we see them and commenting on them, just as you probably all are in chat as well. I'm pretty sure that was almost an Aspire-like pattern there, though. The slider ends and slider heads were pretty much stacked right on top of each other. But I guess we see that a lot more commonly in kind of technical mapping now.
And of course, it's not the Frooms without the frequent BPM changes.
Yeah, this one cranking all the way up to 311 BPM in places. What the heck was that?
Oh man, this is definitely one of the Frooms BPM changes thingy, with a lot of variety of snaps here.
I have no idea what that snapping was, but it was practically in hyperwalking territory, and there wasn't even like direction changes between all objects. It was hyperwalk, stop, and then hyperwalk again in the same direction. If you are not someone who has heard of Frooms' work before, then hopefully we're not talking too much and you can still enjoy this in the background. But yeah, what an experience just to listen to. This is going to be a fascinating one for our teams. If we do end up having a tiebreaker, which would of course be incredible to see live on stream in the grand finals. When will the spinners end?
Now.
Oh my god, that technique is so raw and emotional, I love it. The BPM and slider velocity here is cranked up so high that droplets almost don't even get generated at all. I mean, if you could take the concept of like anxiety and like unease and crystallize it into a beat map and how it feels to play, I feel like it would be a lot like this. Because this looks so difficult.
I would say very.
I mean, this bit not so much. But even this has some kind of tricky little 1/4 strong dashes. And the approach rate of 9.9 in this low density section like does make it a little bit kind of requirement to memorize, which you really don't want to be doing 4 minutes into a tiebreaker at the end of what you've already been playing for an hour and a half to 2 hours. I also really love how kind of in experimental music like this they manage to cram so many different genres and like feelings and pacings and instruments and whatever into one song and have them all seamlessly flow into each other one after another. It feels like you're playing kind of 3 or 4 different maps all one after the other, and it's so good.
Yeah, Frooms is very noticeably like outside of all artists, a very experienced, like experimenting a lot of samples of stuff, and Frooms is definitely providing one of them. But now, that was the calm part before, but now we're seeing a lot of buzzes.
Yeah, a lot of those streams look stackable, but I mean, you can't wiggle anything. This is way too fast to wiggle, apart from one of those little curvy streams right there. But they didn't look like too friendly. They were quite nicely spaced. And the number of... I don't know what these snaps are. These have to be at least 1/6, if not 1/8. I mean, this is something that was thrown around in like multiplayer lobbies back in like 2016, and people said like maps like this will never be ranked. But
We'll see about that.
Yeah,
We'll see
Like-
about that.
yeah, we'll see about that. But of course, we'll have to see our remaining 3 teams of Hong Kong, USA, and South Korea be playing this in the grand finals next week, and we so hope that we get to see a showdown on this map of Ambrosia from Froomes, a custom map created for the CWC on a custom song created specifically for this tournament. We're gonna have to wait and see. We are gonna have to wait and see, but that will conclude our grand finals map pool showcase for the 2021 Catch World Cup. And I don't think we've said it enough compared to how our map pool selector Dave maybe expected us to, and hopefully he hasn't got a drinking game going on this, but I'm going to say it once more for the record. You said it right at the beginning of the stream, Nelly, but oh
Yeah.
boy, this is a
Yeah.
spicy meatball.
All I can say to those 3 remaining teams, just good luck facing the map pool.
Yeah, we are going to be cheering you all on. Whoever wins, whoever loses, you're all going to be champions if you can contest on a map pool of that difficulty. But we're going to have to wait a whole week. I'm not sure I can handle this. I want to see these teams play now, but we need to give them time to practice and prepare. So we will do that. And I think that is pretty much the kind of only thing we can really say. That map pool has said everything it needs to say better than you or I probably ever could, Nelly. I'm not sure if you have any kind of closing thoughts that you want to add on.
I've already said my closing thoughts. Luck. Facing the
Luck.
map pool.
Yeah, so what do you think is going to be the key for the teams in the next map? Oh, they'll need luck. Just what we want to hear. But yeah,
Luck.
we're going to wrap up for now. So that was the 2021 Catch World Cup Finals Week 1 and the Grand Finals Map Pool Showcase. To everyone who stuck around through our small technical difficulties, thank you so much for watching. I hope you were as excited and intrigued by that map pool and the teams that are going to be participating on it next week as we were. We don't really have anything else to say, but of course, if you want to find out when we're live next week when the schedules go up, please do follow the channel. Of course, Us Live. Click that bell for notifications and follow us on Twitter as well, @UsLive, to get updates of when we're live. You don't want to miss it. We're not going to miss it. We're going to be here presenting that action for you. And although we have to wait a week, we really can't wait to have you back once again. So thank you from myself, JB Hyperion.
And me, Nelly, as the second commentator here, who's just rambling.
But yeah, we're going to wrap up now. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Good luck to our teams next week. They're going to need it. And we'll see you all next week for the grand finals. Podium places to be decided. It's going to be a great one. So see you next time.
See you next time, guys.
I can feel the evolution. All my time no longer frozen. So maybe all the all. I don't know who I will become, but I know